7 furlongs. They're off and racing for the 2-year-old fillies, European Bloodstock News, EBF Star Stakes. Jennifer Jane and the well-backed Mystic Moment are the first 2 to show, with Hope Queen directly in behind them and Orion's Belt tucked in 4th, racing quite keenly. A little gap to Haynar, Electoral College to the outside, Tavana to the inner, and Nandita watches on from the rear of the field in these very early stages. Jennifer Jane, though, taking the field along. Jennifer Jane from Mystic Moment. Then Hope Queen in 3rd. Orion's Belt still in 4th place. There's a gap of a couple of lengths then back to both Tavana and Haynar, and another similar break to Electoral College and Nandita at the rear end of the field. Straightening for home, just outside the final 3 furlongs in the European Bloodstock News EBF Star Stakes. And Jennifer Jane in front still, has to tough it out though. Mystic Moments coming again, Orion's Belt on the outside. Then comes Hope Queen, the other 4 struggling to land a blow. Tavana's best of the rest. Nandita making only moderate late gains. Haynar looks well beaten, so to Electoral College. Jennifer Jane is for the moment toughing it out in behind. Hope Queen trying to manufacture a run, goes 2nd. Then Orion's Belt on the outside. Jennifer Jane, tough as you like. Hope Queen, the danger though down the outside. Jennifer Jane and Hope Queen to the line. Hope Queen, Jennifer Jane. They were clear of Orion's Belt and Tavana.
I thought she showed real tenacity, Clifford, there to go on and go past the filly in front of her. It wasn't stopping.
No, yeah, I always knew I was going to get there at some point. I was kind of locked up in behind horses and wondering which one was going to fade away and which one was going to keep going. I ended up switching back on the rail. And then once I got the clear run, I just always knew that she was going to gallop to the line.
She had to use herself a bit to get out as well. You know, she's obviously got a bit about her anyway. She's not shy, is she?
No, she's definitely not shy. She's even though she's a filly, she's quite bullish in that way. But no, after her first win at Beverley, we always knew she'd be a nice filly. And it's nice to get a listed win today.
A successful transition up in grade. You know, she could be a Lowther type, I guess. Could she? Would you stick at 7 for now?
She could be. Off that run today, I nearly stick at 7 or go to a mile now in these better grade races. You know, yeah. She galloped to the line nicely and she's handled the ground very well.
Yeah, a bit of cut in that ground. Is that important or not necessarily?
With this filly, yeah. I mean, it helps her. She's a galloper and she keeps going. She's handled the ground very well.
Well done.
Cheers. Thanks.
Well, 2 yards that have had exceptional seasons, particularly with their juveniles. Hope Queen and Jennifer Jane, they fought it out all the way to the line. Jennifer Jane did go clear and it looked as though she might have the race sewn up, but Hope Queen was never out of it. Clifford Lee kept going. This filly kept on finding Daughter of Night of Thunder. And as you say, it was 7.5 last time. She stayed every bit of this 7. And she's just run down Jennifer Jane, who I feel for in a way. You know, she looked as though she might be the winner, and ultimately Hope Queen almost just feels like she's just picked her pocket late on.
Yeah, but it's got to be decent form to them. They pulled a long way clear. You know, we made a point before, there lots of promising horses. Orion's Belt was nicely positioned by Sam Hitchcock, had every chance. That was 3rd. The horses with ratings, the 89 and 79, have been well beaten off. You know, also I made a case for Haynard's got beat by, I don't know, 10, 15 lengths or whatever. So I know the ground conditions would have affected some, but you've got to give credit to the first 2. I thought it was a real test of the trip. It's at a decent pace in front, saw most of them off 2 out, and this horse who'd learnt a bit from winning over a little bit further at Beverley had enough stamina to pick her up. But they both come out with the race with a lot of credit.
Yeah, definitely. We'll take it back to the start. Jennifer Jane goes forward, sat right behind her is the eventual winner, Hope Queen, and there's Orion's Belt just tucked away in the middle at this stage. Sam Hitchcock, I guess, happy enough with his position. What were you thinking as the race was developing?
I'm thinking they're going a decent enough pace. Mystic Moments is kept the runner-up, Jennifer Jane, company. I'm sure they see Jennifer Jane as a proper stayer of the trip, and they're right too. You know, so she's going to make sure that you're going to have to get every yard to beat her. In the end, she's just found one. I was thinking the horses at the back never really got in it. Orion's Belt, though, the favourite, was well positioned, moved up 2 out to briefly to look a threat, but you could see that the horse in front wasn't stopping. and the only danger from 2 out was the eventual winner, who got off the rail, got a clear run, and then stayed on really strongly. Both these two horses, I know they won last time out, I think they both taken, in terms of form figures-wise, a significant step forward. Neither of their races was a great race, even though they won them decisively. They've both taken a real good step forward, and they've done nothing but pull away from the line. Look where their close and third is there, and see where they are at the line. Now, they're really staying on the first two up the hill. So I'm impressed. I think they've won. It's decent form, I think.
I mean, I was initially disappointed with Orion's belt, but I guess given her profile coming into the race, she's sort of run all right. She has stayed on to the line.
She's fine.
But she's been
different conditions.
Yeah.
It may be that, but it may be the first two are just better.
I think that's my feeling coming into it. She's run fine, hasn't she?
She's run fine. She was well positioned.
She's going clear of her.
It's hard to make excuses. She wasn't badly positioned. As I say, time may show a sounder surface suits her better. But the whole point about these races is to learn something, and I think we've learned that the first two are really strong stayers at the trip.
And I think Hope Queen will have learned a bit from that as well. She had, look, she seemed to have a nice position in behind, but she had to do a couple of things. She had to force her way out.
She did.
Trying to go up the inside, and then Clifford Lee switched her. And she had to sort of, ease her way through. She had to show real tenacity and fight, and then go on and pass a filly in front of her. It wasn't stopping.
In hindsight, she may have learned. She got a bump in the first race, so she was keeping another horse in, and they bumped 2 or 3 times. And it may well be that, although she ultimately won easily that day, that she learned something from that experience, because she was pretty tough today, wasn't she?
Yeah, they've both been tough.
Really tough. I thought the second ran a great race. Got nothing bad to say about her at all. They are. I don't think there's any fluke in it. I think they've ensured it's a decent enough test.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.